Hey now, Nap Fam, it's T, aka the Nappy Head Jojoba, here with my current PM skincare routine. Though it mystifies me, my skincare routine / regimen seems to be one of the most requested things I get on my channel, outside of, hair stuff, obviously. I mean, I've got pretty problematic skin. I will say it's come a long way since getting my skincare routine on point. I had problematic skin as a teenager. It's why I never really wore makeup until relatively recently in life. So I've always been very skincare focused, and I don't think I had the education until the past several years, and that education is ongoing. Nonetheless, I don't think I knew enough about skin and skincare to actually have gotten my skincare routine to this point until much trial and error and learning. What I do is going to be too much for some. Inevitably, there will be people in the comments who are just like, all I do is wash my face with some black soap and call it a day. Good for you. Tried it, didn't work for me. And while this routine definitely has steps that might be a little bit more extra beyond my real needs, because I know the core ingredients and products that I need to get my skin to act correct, I straight up enjoy looking after my skin. I enjoy pampering it and taking care of it and trying to keep it looking the best it can. My skin type is oily, though over the past couple of years it now behaves more like normal skin because of my skincare. I've got acne-prone skin, hyperpigmentation, and sun damage / sun sensitive skin, meaning the sun will break me out. I've done a video on these sunscreens that I like, which has been a critical element in curtailing my breakouts, and that video is here if you would like to check it out. But this is all about my nighttime skincare routine, so we're not too worried about sun protection at this point. This is more about treatments and serums and basically giving my skin time to repair overnight from everything it went through during the day. If I am wearing makeup, the first thing I do is remove my makeup with some Bioderma on a cotton round or a cotton oval. On this particular day, it was like most days, and I wasn't wearing makeup because I don't wear makeup most of the time. So I can go ahead and skip the Bioderma and go right into an oil cleanser or a balm cleanser. Some people like to go straight in with a cleansing balm or oil to take off their makeup. I don't like that because it just smears makeup all over your face and I don't get it. So I take it off first with the Bioderma and then I go in with my first cleanse, which is a cleansing balm or oil. Once I've massaged that into my skin fairly thoroughly, I like to spend a good solid at least 1 minute doing it. I take one of these microfiber washcloths. There's two textures. One side has a lot more texture, which is good for just a little bit of manual exfoliation if you like, and the other side is a lot smoother. I get these in bulk because it's fairly inexpensive to do so, so I will link them in the description box. But I take one of those and I will run it under my faucet to get some hot water on there, and then once it's not scalding, I will press the damp washcloth into my face and just let the steam kind of do its thing for a moment because it feels good. And then I use the washcloth to remove the oil cleanser and any residual makeup that I might not have gotten with the Bioderma. This step is more about removing my sunscreen, because sunscreen, it's really important that you get it off, and it can kind of be difficult to get some sunscreens off. So that's why I do 2 cleanses. After using a cleansing balm or oil, I go in with a regular cleanser and my Foreo Luna 2. I don't know how to pronounce it. I mean, I know how to pronounce Luna, but you get my point. But this is just a step where I use basically your soap and water type of facial cleanser, and I like the Foreo because it's a gentle way of sort of buffing off any dead skin cells that are still adhering to my skin. I went ahead and washed my face off camera, but after that and patting it dry, I go ahead and use a hydrating mist, toner, or essence. This is just a bottle I'm reusing because I like the way it mists. But really, any hydrating toner or mist would be fine for me here. It's not really a critical step. It's just something I like to do to prep my skin for the next step, which is when I apply a more viscous essence or toner. If you're not sure what an essence is, it's something I talked about in my other skincare video that I did most recently, which was last summer, I believe. But it's basically a lightweight, very liquidy moisturizing step, which is supposed to help the products that you layer on top afterward absorb more readily. For me, I just use it because I'm extra, and also because I do like layering the moisture on my skin a lot at night. I feel like the more layers of moisture that I can get on my skin, the better, just to keep my skin hydrated, moisturized, and ideally slow the aging process. This essence is one that I've only cracked open recently. I'd say I've been using it maybe 2 weeks or less, and it's from Pyongkang Yul. I learned about this brand from Gothamista. You should check her channel out. She's right here on YouTube. But there's another product that you'll see from this brand later in my routine that I've been using for a couple months now that I love. So I wanted to give this essence a try. Once I put on my lightweight layers of moisture with the mist and the essence, I like to use my treatment of the night, and I tend to alternate between an AHA, which is an alpha hydroxy acid, and retinol. So one night I'll use one, but then the next night I'll use the other. And I just go back and forth throughout the week. Retinol is a must because it's the one ingredient that basically got my skin to stop breaking out. It's also really good for anti-aging in the sense that retinol literally communicates with your skin cells and tells them to behave younger. One of my favorite AHAs is the Drunk Elephant Night Serum, but I don't have that right now. I was trying out this First Aid Beauty one, but this night was a retinol night, so I'll be using this retinol, which is actually also fairly new to me. I've only been using it about a month. So as with the First Aid Beauty AHA serum, the jury is still out on this retinol, but I just go ahead and push that into my skin. Follow that up with my Lash Serum, which I went ahead and applied off camera so that I wouldn't have to stab myself in the eye trying to do it on camera. Some of you guys may remember that I started using this Lash Serum well over a year ago. It's probably been a year and a half now. And I really feel like it's made a huge difference in the life cycle of my lashes in terms of how many lashes I have on my eyeballs and how long they are. And I follow that up with my eye cream. I'm currently using the Mad Hippie eye cream. Typically, I just use an eye cream that I got for free as a sample or a gift with purchase because you need so little. Eye cream samples tend to still last a very long time. And I also low-key think eye cream might be a scam, but I do really like this one, and it's in fact a repurchase. I'd used this one by Mad Hippie in the past, and I still really love it. So if I'm going to buy an eye cream, I love that this one is also a pretty affordable option. And then once all that's done, I apply my final moisture layer, which I like to be quite thick if I'm honest with you. Sometimes I'll use one of those overnight masks, which are basically just glorified moisturizers anyway. But these are my current three favorites for my final moisture layer. I love this Pyongkang Yul Moisture Ampoule, as well as this serum from Eminence, which is an organic skincare brand, and the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Night Cream. This is a deluxe sample that I got as a gift with purchase. I think I'm on my second or third deluxe sample of this product, and since it's horrendously expensive, I would like to continue getting it for free as long as possible because I do love it, but I really hate the price tag. I'm gonna go ahead and use the Pyongkang Yul one on this occasion because that's just what I felt like using, and I've really been loving it. At first I was a bit put off because of the texture. Quite frankly, when I first squeezed some out of the pipette, I was wondering if this might be an adhesive, and it does feel a bit tacky when you first apply it to your skin, but I like to take this or one of the other two options I showed you and mix it with some oils. In this case, I've been loving the Drunk Elephant Marula oil, and I also added in a few drops of the Sunday Riley Luna oil because, again, this is a retinol night for me as opposed to an AHA night, so I'm just getting a little bit more retinol on my skin this way. So I mix that up with the Pyongkang Yul Moisture Ampoule, and I just do one therapist swipe. You might notice that I don't rub my hands together like this whenever I'm dispersing product onto them. This is something I learned from Carolyn Hirons. Basically, if you're doing that, all you're doing is cleaning / moisturizing your hands. So whenever I put product on my hand to apply it to my face, I do one therapist swipe like that, and then I either press or, massage it into my skin. And after that, my skin is basically done. All I have left to do is take care of my lips, and I like to use the Fresh Sugar Lip Serum, or whatever the hell it's called. This is a product that I thought was going to be a big waste, but I've actually found that I love it, and this paired with a good balm on top. In this case, I'm using the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask, which is also a love. There are a couple other balms that I love to use on my lips at night, but it's sort of like moisturizing and sealing on my hair. I pretty much never need to exfoliate my lips. I haven't had to really scrub my lips with a lip scrub in well over a year because I've been using this serum for so long. This nightly ritual of just basically laying down that layer of moisture because the serum is more of a water-based kind of lotiony feel, and then going in with a heavy balm on top has kept my lips in tip-top shape without the need to ever scrub them pretty much at all. And that's it. As I said at the beginning, you know, it might seem like a ton of steps to a lot of people, and I admit, you know, it's probably more than the average bear, but I like taking care of my skin, and this works for me. If it means doing a little bit more work to keep my skin looking clear and to continue lifting the areas of hyperpigmentation on my face, I am willing to do it. I got hardcore about skincare and using AHAs and retinols probably 5 or so years ago, so it's been a long road to get my skin to where it is now, which is still very far from perfect, but it's definitely a lot better than it used to be, and I'm very grateful for that. That's it. That is my skincare routine for night. Let me know if you use any of these products and if you like them, and I guess that's it. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.
That's a nappy-headed hose there, I'm going to tell you that now.